Look at a dense forest, and it's easy to see it as a beautiful, static backdrop. Millions of organisms, rooted firmly in the soil, quietly enduring whatever nature throws at them. Lacking a central nervous system or the physical ability to run away, a tree seems practically designed to be a permanent, helpless target for any hungry predator passing by. Down at the micro level, the reality is much more violent. An insect's mandible shears right through a thick green leaf, drawing a clear bead of fluid from the open wound. The plant cannot flee, and it does not have a brain to process the pain. Yet, to survive a sudden attack like this, it must mount an instant defense from a completely stationary position. That fresh wound operates as an active, high-speed biological intelligence-gathering zone. The damaged cells immediately detect the specific enzymes present in the attacker's saliva, profiling the exact species of insect currently eating them. This animated diagram shows how the plant uses that biological profile. The leaf cell reacts to the foreign liquid, combining internal compounds to build a customized chemical warning molecule. As these warning molecules multiply exponentially, extreme physical pressure builds against the microscopic cell walls. Unable to contain the buildup, thousands of microscopic pores on the leaf surface snap open, venting a shimmering, translucent cloud of gas outward. Biologists call this sudden-release volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, chemicals that easily evaporate and travel through the air. Once released, these compounds drift completely independent of the plant that made them, sweeping through the environment as a localized distress beacon. Within seconds of the initial bite, the wounded plant has weaponized its own physical trauma, converting a mechanical strike into a widespread chemical broadcast. Air currents catch this dense cloud of VOCs, pulling it rapidly away from the bleeding host and up toward the surrounding branches. Applying a thermal-style chemical filter to the canopy reveals the hidden infrastructure of this ecosystem. The air is saturated with a glowing web of active chemical pathways linking every tree in the canopy. Within moments, the airborne gas makes physical contact with the leaves of neighboring trees that have not even been touched by an insect yet. The healthy trees intercept the warning, immediately triggering a physical lockdown. Leaf surfaces visibly tighten, color shifts, and tiny defensive thorns rapidly harden. Internally, these neighboring plants flood their own vascular systems with specific bitter and toxic compounds, making themselves highly unappetizing to the approaching predator. Because each newly activated tree can also release its own VOCs, the fortification sequence ripples outward exponentially, moving branch to branch across the landscape. A microscopic chemical transmission from a single damaged leaf has successfully mobilized a synchronized physical armory across an entire vulnerable canopy. Step back, and the forest still looks perfectly calm and peaceful to the naked eye, betraying none of the frantic chemical fortification happening in the air. This map illustrates how the ecosystem actually operates. Instead of isolated life forms fending for themselves, individual plants act as interconnected nodes in a unified, decentralized defense network. By constantly passing these invisible signals back and forth, the flora maintains a state of hypervigilance, a standing army perpetually monitoring the perimeter for the next threat. You have likely walked right through this chemical crossfire without realizing it. The sharp, distinct scent of freshly cut grass or crushed pine needles are actually large concentrations of these exact volatile organic compounds. Those familiar fresh smells are intercepted military intelligence. They are desperate airborne distress signals, silently coordinating the survival of the entire botanical network.